Hi, everyone. Sabia here with Asmara Belly Dance Initiative's very first Asmara Rising Star Basimah Baila. We are so excited that you submitted that amazing video for our Rising Stars. And if you haven't seen it, you all check it out. It's on our Instagram. I'll make sure to tag it so that you guys can go back and reference it. But we are going to be talking to her today about her own belly dance journey and just her own experience in the community. Basimah is located in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am proud to say I've known her for a very long time. We used to dance together in Naili Belly Dance Troupe. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the questions. And I'll start with asking you about your style of belly dance. What kind of belly dance do you do?
Well, I attempt to do Egyptian and a little bit of Oriental style. It really moves me. It is the best music ever. So I tend to gravitate to that style.
I have an unapologetic bias for Egyptian style belly dance, so I completely understand. It's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what brought you into belly dance? Because we started around, I think, the same time. Like, what sparked your interest?
Well, that's a great question, Sabia. I was able to see a show called Belly Dance Superstars in 2004. And I was like, I want to do that. I like the costumes, the music. It was the first time I ever saw such a beautiful production. And it wouldn't be until 2009 before I actually got a chance to start taking lessons.
I love belly dance superstars, and I'm so sad I haven't seen them since I've moved. That's definitely a way to get inspired to jump into this dance because they let you see so many different like styles of belly dance in one show.
Exactly.
What have been some other things that have inspired you as a dancer?
Pretty much, I started looking for dancers that looked like me, and I was probably about late 40s at the time I started deciding to become a belly dance student. And I was like, everybody looks different. And then I said, I need to find somebody that looked like me. And the person that I came up with during that time was Lotus Naraja. Same body type. And I said, oh, she is gorgeous. She's wearing her outfit. And I later found out that her mom makes her outfits. So I said, you know what? I don't have to be real thin to get into this dance because television, it just skews your view about belly dance. And that's one thing while I've been on this journey that I don't have to be super skinny. I haven't been super skinny since the 5th grade. So, yeah, right. So basically that's where I am. And she's part of the reason why I got in there because she's super creative as well. I've never met her. And then I started looking for someone in Atlanta. And, our belly dance mom is Asmara, so we had those classes and I enjoyed every moment of it.
I think it's great that you brought up, finding dancers to inspire us that look like us. I think that especially for, people in our community, Black dancers, dancers of color, that can be challenging. It's just really special that you were able from the beginning to find that. And I feel very honored to know some of the people too, like Samora is an amazing dancer and was an amazing instructor. So yes. I definitely can relate to your inspiration. I think that people can definitely take away from what you said about not just finding inspiration from people who look like us, but knowing that there's all kinds of people belly dancing. And just because there's a really amazing dancer out there that doesn't have your skin tone or body type, it doesn't mean there isn't someone out there who looks just like you that's doing amazing stuff as a dancer. So we can find our community. So what fun projects are you working on right now? I always see you doing stuff out and about, but you're quiet about it. So I want to hear about them.
Well, my latest and greatest is Shimmy Mob. And Shimmy Mob, I head up DeKalb County, the DeKalb County chapter of Shimmy Mob. And this will be, I believe it's going to be my 4th year as a leader in 5 times. And I've got some content out there with all the different shirts that I have that represents my tenure in Shimmy Mob. And so save the date, May 8th, 2021 is World Belly Dance Day. You don't want to miss it. It's really,
You've been doing this for 5 years?
yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. Sometimes
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was just going to ask you, with COVID, how has it kind of changed how it's going to look this year?
Virtual. Last year we kind of got smacked in the face, and we weren't as savvy with our technology and what it could do. This year we know where we are in the COVID realm, and so we will be doing a virtual show, and then it's a fundraiser as well. So also our charity this year, and for the past 5 years, this is a very long name, the Women's Resource Center to End Domestic Violence.
They're amazing.
Yes, and they're located in DeKalb County, and they are a very good organization to be a part of.
Well, it's great that you all are able to give back. And that kind of like leads me into, because I know a lot about that organization from being in Decatur too, before I left. But when we look at, giving back and stuff, a lot of us from this community, the Asmara community, we can relate to where people have been. And maybe it's not domestic violence necessarily or those kinds of hardships, but like being people of color, being Black women, we've gone through adversity. And I think that we bring that with us into our dance in a way that maybe some other people don't. And I want to just know from you, facing adversity as a dancer, like how have you handled that and overcome it?
Well, my experience is a little bit different. I didn't come in as someone that was 20 years old or 18 wanting to gig in restaurants. And I've been mostly like recitals, like ballet recitals, showcases, and that's pretty much been my background. And so every place that we've gone, we've been very receptive. People have been real receptive to us. I do remember I had to dig really deep on this when you and I and Javia, and I think Bianca was with us during that time, and we auditioned for Renaissance Fair. And I felt, and I didn't tell you guys about that, but after we did that fantastic, beautiful choreography, the people just looked at us and they say, "Do you have any other costumes?" And I felt like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "I don't want to, make a scene because they might expect it." And so I kept that quiet for a while. And when you asked that question, I said, "Well, I guess I have." And I don't know if we ever got a call back. Do you know if we ever got a call back?
We didn't.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago. And I'm sure there's other groups that have women of color that's, doing it at Renaissance Festival. I'm not going to call the official name out, but that's what it was. And so I, other than that, I haven't had any adversity, so.
And it's tough. I remember that. And I also remember that we had beautiful costumes that you put together a great deal of our costumes. And it's hard as like, I'll speak for myself, like as a Black woman, to have to navigate, like you were saying, you didn't want to make a scene because they might expect it. Like the pressure that's put on us to like act out in certain ways. So like, God forbid we have an opinion or we want to ask a candid question, then it becomes like we're this whole stereotype. So it's like, do I choose to be the angry Black woman right now and make a scene, or do I silence myself and hope that like I'm wrong about how I'm being treated? And it's a constant struggle. Like, it's an everyday struggle to like face those situations. And yeah, we walked away from that. We didn't, we weren't winners in that situation, but I think that what we did was still worth something. We were still worthy. And that's hard. Like, it's hard to face that as dancers,
Mhm.
because I think it goes beyond the rejection that just comes with being in the entertainment industry. Some of it is definitely
Right.
looped into some prejudice. So
Yeah. So
you held it together though. I had no idea. You handled that with
yeah,
grace.
I mean that's been a
Yeah.
while, and I'm like, we know people and we can make our own show. That was pretty
Yeah.
much how I handled it.
And we did.
Yes, exactly. So, I live on the side of town that's predominantly brown and Black people. And so anytime I wanted to go to a show or something belly dance related, I have to go like 30 plus miles away. And so I started trying to bring and educate the people in my community by doing this dance. And so I want to just give a quick shout out to Shimmy with Sania. Sania, if you're listening, hey girl, hey. But anyway, I just wanted to shout her out. And
She's amazing.
yeah, and so she was very inspiring about that. I was like, I know people, I know how to get a venue. Can you come teach these classes? And we've been doing that probably since 2016. Unfortunately, right now we are on hiatus, with COVID and everything. And so we mostly have the classes in rec centers that are in our county. So they've been closed since pretty much about last March. So we haven't been in person per se, but we do have the videos. Sania has wonderful videos that once you get on the website, you just click, don't share them, just go ahead and enjoy them. And it's just like you're in class with her. And so that's what I would, leave you with as far as that is concerned right now. So.
Well, I'll definitely share like the link to I think it's Shimmy with Sania, right? The website. So if
Yes.
people want to go on there on their own time and
Mhm.
practice, I didn't know that tool was on there. So that's really great that even with you all not being able to do regular classes, people can
Right.
still access,
Yeah,
dance.
she has loaded about 3 or 4 in there,
nice.
and they're about 55 minutes long. So you're gonna get that workout that you would normally get in person.
Thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people are going to be excited because it's nice to have all these live Zoom things, but sometimes people are busy or it's a different time zone. So just having something that's standing that you can access is really great.
Mhm.
I wanted to also ask you about just intersectionality. I know we've talked about, just the different things we bring to the table: body type, age, race. How do you feel like that's impacted your dance experience, the like pieces of you and how they interact?
Well, I am a multifaceted woman. I'm a certain woman of age. I'm going to hit a milestone in a couple of months. And I've been dancing about 11 years now. It's just been a blast. And I think that by me working full time and people that know me and they say, "Oh, you dance?" I said, "Yes." They said, I know how old you are, but you look young. I said, it's keeping me young, and it's keeping me not being sediment and everything like that, because truth be told, I have slowed down a lot right now. And I have a little bit of arthritis, so I don't move like I used to, but I want to still look cute. I want to dress up in the costume. I still want to get educated. I still want to join anybody's workshop, that has, Oriental or Egyptian. So hit me up.
Well, you still look fabulous and your dancing is fabulous. I think that Yeah, I mean, we just like we have to do things at the pace we want to do them and in a way that it works for us. So I'm glad that you've been able to maintain that for yourself. So looking at the community, because like we've been in the game a little bit, like we've been here for about a decade. What are some positive changes you want to see happen in the community from what like you've seen since you've started? And what do you feel like is going well?
Well, I think since COVID-19 had hit, I've seen the community come together in droves. I've never seen that many WOCs at one time that actually dance, but it is a new wave of dancers coming in. Like I said, I started at 49 and now I'm like 59. And I've seen different dancers come through. So I need for us to keep, getting educated. I know that you have been to Egypt a couple of times. I have not, and that was on my list to visit because we really need to get there and keep educating ourselves. And I would like to see more collaborations and sit at the table. Sit at the table. Because I know we've had a couple of discussions, a few groups that want to sit at the table and we're sitting. And then now we want to eat. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I agree with you. I think that those are some great points and some great goals for dancers to consider and the community as a whole. And I hope when the world opens back up that more people can definitely travel, because I think that that's one thing that is harder for people of color in the dance community to do, is just like get up and leave for the majority of us. Even with me going to Egypt, I've been very blessed to be able to pull that off back when I could, but it was challenging. So I hope that even our nonprofit will have the ability to help people be able to do that, because I think it opens up a whole new world of dance and connection. So I think that those are some things that we should focus on. I agree, and I think, like you said, we do have some things that are going well in the community. Um, you're doing a lot of them, so like people like you keep us going. So I know that you mentioned Sania's classes, and I know
Mm-hmm.
you're on Instagram, but if people want to stay connected to you or reach out, like what would you prefer? What do you recommend?
I mostly post dance videos or TikTok, or sometimes when I want to clown around, or just, I've had the opportunity to dance in a few collaborations with other studios, and they would do group and I would submit a video. So I mostly post those through Instagram, and it is Basimah_dances. Again, Basimah_dances.
Well, thank you so much. I will make sure nobody panic if you didn't get it. I will put all this information up with this interview. It will be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So thank you so much, Basima. This has been wonderful. Thank you for being our first rising star, because you have always shined, and I was so excited that we were able to nominate you. So thank you everyone for coming to our first rising star interview, and check out the ones that follow.
And thank you for having me.
It was our pleasure.
Thanks.